Divine timing is a concept that feels both simple and impossible at the same time. It is the quiet rhythm behind every encounter, every smile, every door that opens and closes in our lives. We often rush, we push, we demand that life unfold according to our own calendars, our own understanding of readiness. Yet, there is a force far greater than our comprehension, guiding the precise moment when paths are meant to cross. Your soulmate will appear not when you are lonely, not when you are desperate, not when your mind insists that love should come, but when your heart, your spirit, and your life are truly prepared to receive them. This is the perfection of divine timing, a truth that asks us to surrender our impatience and trust in the unseen orchestration of life. Imagine a garden. Seeds are sown in the soil, and yet the gardener does not pull them up every day, asking why they have not yet sprouted. There is a season for growth, a rhythm to nature that cannot be rushed. Similarly, your life is like that garden. The experiences, the heartbreaks, the lessons, all serve to prepare you for the person who will come to stand beside you. To meet your soulmate too early would be to meet them unprepared, to meet them when your heart is not whole, when your soul has yet to claim its clarity. And to meet them too late would mean missing the alignment of energies, the perfect intersection of timing where two lives can merge seamlessly without force or struggle. Divine timing is the silent gardener who knows exactly when the seed is ready to bloom, and we are asked only to trust, to wait, to nurture our inner soil. Often, we mistake timing for chance. We see someone and feel the spark, but the circumstances are wrong. Perhaps you are in a season of change, perhaps responsibilities weigh heavily, perhaps your heart has yet to heal from the echoes of past pain. It is in those moments that divine timing works its quiet magic. It holds the person back, not out of cruelty, but out of deep wisdom, understanding that the soul requires a certain depth, a certain readiness, a certain alignment before it can recognize another soul as its counterpart. The universe or God, or whatever force guides your life, sees the fullness of your being and knows when the moment is ripe for connection. We live in an era of immediacy, where waiting is uncomfortable and patience feels almost unnatural. Yet, divine timing is not measured by our clocks, our plans, or our desires. It moves according to a rhythm far more profound than we can measure, a rhythm that ensures that when two souls meet, they meet in the fullness of who they are meant to be. This timing may place them in your life when you least expect it, in a moment when you are no longer looking, no longer seeking, no longer grasping. The most extraordinary encounters often arrive quietly, subtly, in ways that seem mundane but are, in truth, orchestrated with perfect precision. Consider the moments when life seems to push you away from what you want, when doors close and opportunities vanish. It can feel frustrating, even unfair, but these are not coincidences. These moments are divine recalibrations, gentle nudges to redirect your path until the moment is perfect. Your soulmate may already exist somewhere in the world, waiting, growing, preparing just as you are. The universe, in its infinite wisdom, aligns your experiences, your growth, your self-discovery, so that when you finally meet, you are ready to see them fully, to love them without expectation, to embrace the connection without fear or hesitation. Divine timing also teaches us that the universe knows what we need even before we do. We may want love in a certain way from a certain person at a certain time. We may create lists in our minds, imagine scenarios, dream of how life should unfold. And yet, the universe often has a far deeper, more exquisite plan than we could conceive. We may resist the timing because it does not match our plans, but resistance only prolongs the waiting. Acceptance, however, opens us to the possibility that love, in its truest and most harmonious form, will arrive when we are perfectly prepared, when all the invisible pieces of our lives have settled into place. When we look back at the moments of our lives, we often realize that the timing of events was impeccable. We may not have understood it at the time, but now it is clear that every delay, every disappointment, every detour was leading us exactly where we were meant to be. Divine timing is the unseen hand guiding us, gently correcting our course, protecting us from premature encounters, and ensuring that when our soulmate appears, the moment is perfect. It is the silent promise that love will come, not too early, not too late, but precisely when our souls are ready to recognize and embrace it fully. Even in the smallest details of life, divine timing operates with astonishing precision. A chance meeting in a coffee shop, a fleeting conversation in the park, a smile exchanged in a crowded street, these are not accidents. They are echoes of a timing far beyond our comprehension, signals that the universe is quietly preparing the terrain for the union that is meant to be. Every heartbreak, every missed connection, every moment of waiting is part of a larger design, a sacred choreography in which our readiness, our growth, and our experiences intersect at the perfect moment. Life often speaks in whispers, in subtle nudges, in moments that seem too coincidental to be random. These are the signs, the gentle synchronicities, the invisible threads that weave our path toward the people and experiences we are destined to encounter. When it comes to love, and especially to meeting a soulmate, the universe communicates in ways that are delicate, quiet, and often overlooked. We are conditioned to seek grand gestures, dramatic revelations, and loud confirmations, yet the truth is that the most profound introductions often arrive cloaked in simplicity. A glance, a phrase, a feeling, a number repeating itself, an unexpected encounter. All of these are small yet powerful signs guiding us toward the one we are meant to share our journey with. Synchronicities are not accidents. They are moments when the universe aligns with your energy, moments when the timing, the people, and the circumstances intersect with precision beyond comprehension. Perhaps you are thinking of someone, and that person suddenly appears in your life in a seemingly random way. Perhaps you hear a song, read a line, or experience an event that resonates with your deepest desires, prompting a feeling that cannot be ignored. These are the universe's way of saying, pay attention. This is part of the path that is unfolding for you. They are reminders that there is an invisible hand guiding your journey, and that every seemingly ordinary moment may be a thread leading you closer to your soulmate. Often the signs are personal and subtle. A stranger may offer advice that strikes deep within you, as if they have spoken to your soul rather than your mind. A repeated symbol, a recurring dream, or even a series of small coincidences may appear, each one nudging you closer, shaping your awareness, and preparing you to recognize the person you are meant to meet. These synchronicities work in tandem with divine timing, reinforcing that nothing is random, nothing is wasted, and nothing happens without purpose. They are the universe's gentle way of guiding us, a spiritual breadcrumb trail that leads to the heart we are destined to encounter. Sometimes the signs come as people themselves. Friends, colleagues, and even strangers can act as vessels of divine guidance. Someone may introduce you to a concept, a place, or even a person, and you might not recognize its significance at the moment. It is only in reflection, looking back at the thread of events, that you see the intricate design of guidance. Every conversation, every shared experience, every interaction that sparks a moment of realization is a potential synchronicity, a small signal that the universe is preparing the ground for the encounter that will alter your life. The challenge is that signs often require awareness. They can pass unnoticed if we are distracted, rushing through life, or consumed by doubt. To recognize them, we must cultivate presence, mindfulness, and openness. We must learn to trust the subtle language of life, to pause and consider the meaning behind seemingly ordinary events. A repeated number, a message received at just the right moment, a book opening to a page that speaks directly to your heart, these are not trivial occurrences. They are invitations, beckoning us to align with the flow of destiny, to follow the currents that are quietly guiding us toward our soulmate. Synchronicities also carry a sense of reassurance. They remind us that we are not alone in our journey, that forces beyond our understanding are aligning to bring the right person into our lives. In moments of doubt or impatience, these signs act as gentle affirmations that we are on the right path. Perhaps you wonder if the connection you long for is real, if it will ever manifest. The repeated signals, the meaningful coincidences, the inexplicable feelings that arise without cause, all of these are confirmations that the universe is at work, orchestrating encounters that will lead to profound connection. Even the smallest gestures can be imbued with meaning. A shared look, a smile that lingers longer than expected. The sense of recognition in the presence of someone you have never met, these are the echoes of synchronicity. They are subtle alignments, gentle hints that the soul has recognized a counterpart even before the mind fully understands. Synchronicities operate on the level of energy, intuition, and unseen connection, guiding us toward encounters that feel natural, inevitable, and deeply significant. The beauty of signs is that they are not always obvious. They may manifest as a feeling of déjà vu, a sudden thought that feels inspired, or a nudge to take a path you might otherwise ignore. The key is to cultivate a sensitivity to the world around you, to pay attention to the moments that evoke curiosity, wonder, or an unexplainable pull. The more we attune ourselves to these subtle cues, the more we align with the rhythm of divine guidance, the more we open ourselves to the possibility that every small coincidence is part of a larger, deliberate design. When we begin to notice these signs, a pattern emerges. We recognize that the universe communicates with us constantly, guiding us toward the people and experiences that serve our highest good. Meeting a soulmate is rarely a sudden, random event. It is often the culmination of many signs, synchronicities, and gentle nudges that have been quietly shaping our journey. Each moment, each encounter, each whisper of the universe is a thread in the tapestry of love, weaving a path that brings two souls together in alignment, harmony, and recognition. Before the universe introduces you to your soulmate, it often leads you through a period of profound growth. This is not growth for the sake of achievement, recognition, or approval from others. It is growth of the heart, the mind, and the soul. It is a quiet, sometimes uncomfortable journey filled with lessons that shape your understanding of love, of yourself, and of the world around you. Often, we wonder why the right person has not yet appeared, why the connection we long for seems just out of reach. The answer is rarely found in external circumstances. It is found within us, in the development of our character, in the evolution of our emotional resilience, and in the cultivation of a self that is capable of sustaining the depth and intimacy of a soulmate connection. Growth before meeting is a process of becoming whole. Many of us enter relationships carrying remnants of past heartbreaks, insecurities, and unhealed wounds. We long for love, yet we are unaware that the love we seek externally cannot thrive until it is first nurtured internally. God, or the universe, often withholds the presence of a soulmate not out of cruelty, but out of profound wisdom. The soul is prepared through trials, challenges, moments of solitude, and experiences that stretch the boundaries of patience, understanding, and self-awareness. Every disappointment, every moment of longing, every situation that forces reflection is a deliberate step on the path toward alignment with the person we are destined to meet. Sometimes, growth comes in the form of heartbreak. The pain of loss teaches us lessons that joy cannot. It teaches empathy, patience, and the art of letting go. It reminds us that love is not about clinging, but about presence, generosity, and authenticity. Each relationship that does not endure, each connection that falls short, is a mirror reflecting parts of ourselves that need attention, care, and refinement. Through these experiences, we learn not only what love is, but also what love is not. We become attuned to the subtleties of connection, to the quiet language of hearts that resonate with one another on a level deeper than words. Growth is also cultivated through solitude. Time alone is often undervalued in a world that prizes constant activity and distraction. Yet solitude is a sacred space where the soul can reflect, heal, and understand its true desires. It is in moments of quiet reflection that we discover our authentic selves, that we recognize our values, our boundaries, and the qualities we truly seek in another. When we embrace solitude, we develop a sense of completeness that does not rely on external validation. This inner wholeness is what allows us to recognize a soulmate when they appear, not with desperation, but with clarity and openness, able to receive and reciprocate love in its purest form. Growth before meeting also comes through self-awareness. The universe orchestrates experiences that challenge our patterns, our assumptions, and our expectations. We are often guided to confront our fears, to release limiting beliefs, and to embrace aspects of ourselves we have neglected or denied. Each lesson, each challenge, each moment of self-reflection is preparing us to enter a relationship from a place of authenticity rather than neediness or pretense. When the soulmate arrives, the connection is not only based on attraction or circumstance, but on the alignment of two whole beings who recognize and honor each other fully. In this journey of growth, patience becomes a vital companion. The universe often moves at a pace that defies our desire for immediacy. We may watch others find love seemingly effortlessly and wonder why our path is slower, quieter, more subtle. Yet the slowness is intentional. It is the careful calibration of experiences, the gentle nurturing of self-understanding that ensures that when the right person appears, the connection is not fleeting, shallow, or fraught with misalignment. Growth before meeting is a preparation for a love that is enduring, meaningful, and transformative, a love that reflects the depth of the soul rather than the urgency of desire. Growth before meeting is also cultivated through the people we encounter along the way. Friends, mentors, even brief encounters with strangers teach lessons that refine our understanding of love. Each interaction shapes our expectations, our empathy, and our emotional intelligence. The universe places certain individuals in our lives not to remain permanently, but to teach, to challenge, and to illuminate aspects of ourselves that must be understood before we can truly recognize and cherish a soulmate. These experiences, often subtle and easy to overlook, are essential chapters in the preparation for a love that is aligned with our highest good. The process of growth also teaches discernment. We begin to recognize what resonates with our soul and what does not, what supports our well-being and what diminishes it. Through growth, we cultivate an inner compass that guides us toward connections that are authentic and harmonious. The soulmate we are destined to meet is not merely a reflection of our desires, but a mirror of our growth, a companion who aligns with the depth, clarity, and maturity we have cultivated through our journey. The beauty of growth before meeting is that it transforms the experience of love itself. By the time the soulmate enters our lives, we are capable of seeing them fully, appreciating the nuances of their being, and offering a love that is patient, nurturing, and profound. The challenges, the lessons, and the periods of solitude all serve to prepare us for the recognition of a love that transcends the superficial and touches the essence of who we are. Every struggle, every lesson, every moment of reflection is part of a divine curriculum, shaping us into individuals who are ready to embrace love without fear, hesitation, or incompleteness. The universe often introduces us to our soulmate not in grand, obvious ways, but through the people we meet and the experiences we live. Life has a subtle way of arranging encounters, conversations, and journeys that gently steer us toward the connection we are destined for, even when we are unaware of the underlying design. Every friendship, every mentor, every stranger we pass by carries the potential to guide us. Sometimes the lessons they bring are not immediately clear. At other times, they open doors to opportunities that we might have thought were unrelated to love. In these ways, God orchestrates our path with patience, patience that teaches us to notice, to reflect, and to trust the process. People often act as mirrors, reflecting aspects of ourselves that we cannot yet see. A colleague may challenge our beliefs, a friend may reveal patterns in our behavior, a casual encounter may ignite a spark of curiosity within us. These individuals are instruments through which the universe guides us toward growth, awareness, and ultimately the person we are meant to meet. The soulmate is not always introduced directly. Rather, the journey toward that meeting is paved with experiences that shape our hearts, align our values, and prepare our souls for recognition. It is through these interactions that we learn the nuances of connection, empathy, and love, skills that allow us to enter a relationship consciously rather than blindly. Experiences themselves serve as teachers. The challenges we face, the paths we choose, the mistakes we make, all of these are part of the preparation. Sometimes we are placed in situations that feel unrelated to love, a new job, a sudden relocation, a journey to an unfamiliar city, or a simple decision that shifts our routine. Yet, each experience carries with it the potential to bring us closer to the person we are destined to meet. Life has a way of orchestrating coincidences, synchronizing timing, and connecting threads that are invisible in the moment but reveal themselves clearly in retrospect. Through these experiences, we are not only guided toward our soulmate, but also molded into someone capable of sustaining a deep, meaningful connection. The people in our lives, whether temporary or permanent, act as catalysts for change. They introduce us to new perspectives, challenge us to grow beyond our comfort zones, and help us recognize our desires and boundaries. A conversation with a stranger in a cafe, a brief exchange at a workshop, a mentor's advice, these moments might seem insignificant at the time, but they can redirect our path in ways we could not anticipate. Each interaction carries a lesson, a reflection, or a nudge, pushing us closer to the awareness and readiness required to recognize and cherish the person who will share our journey. Life experiences also teach patience and resilience. Not every encounter leads to lasting connection, and not every situation unfolds as we wish. Yet, it is through these trials that we gain clarity. We learn to distinguish between temporary attraction and enduring resonance, between fleeting infatuation and true compatibility. The universe often designs experiences that test our ability to recognize authentic connection, ensuring that when our soulmate finally appears, we approach them with discernment, gratitude, and the emotional maturity required to sustain the relationship. Even the seemingly mundane interactions are imbued with significance. A casual conversation at a social event, a chance meeting in a bookstore, or a fleeting smile in the street, these encounters are small threads in the intricate tapestry that leads to a soulmate. Each person we meet, whether they stay in our lives or pass through briefly, plays a role in aligning our path. They influence our understanding of love, kindness, communication, and trust, helping us refine the qualities we seek in another while deepening the qualities we cultivate within ourselves. Some experiences are designed to redirect us, to move us away from paths that would lead to confusion, misalignment, or pain. Others are designed to illuminate what we truly value in a partner, revealing the characteristics and energies that resonate with our soul. Through both, the universe ensures that by the time we meet our soulmate, we have developed the awareness to recognize the connection, the discernment to honor it, and the openness to embrace it fully. Each person we encounter, each step we take, and each choice we make becomes part of a divine curriculum, shaping our readiness to meet the one who complements, challenges, and enhances our journey. Our growth through people and experiences also teaches us gratitude and humility. We come to understand that every encounter has meaning, that every lesson carries wisdom, and that every experience, joyful or painful, serves the purpose of guiding us toward deeper connection. The people we meet act as reflections of the universe's intelligence, revealing not only the path toward our soulmate, but also the layers of our own heart that require healing, understanding, and refinement. In this way, love is not merely the result of chance, it is the culmination of countless interactions and experiences, each one meticulously arranged to lead us to the person we are meant to recognize, appreciate, and cherish. Intuition is the quiet voice of the soul, the gentle nudge that guides us toward what we cannot yet see with our eyes or comprehend with our mind. It is an inner compass, a subtle knowing that moves beneath the surface of thought and reason. When it comes to love, and particularly meeting a soulmate, intuition is often the most reliable guide, whispering truths that logic cannot grasp. Many people wait for grand signs, dramatic confirmations, or external validation, yet the soul knows first. It recognizes its counterpart long before the mind can articulate the recognition, long before circumstances align perfectly, and long before the universe orchestrates the visible introduction. Inner knowing operates in silence. It does not shout, it does not demand attention. Yet it speaks with an authority that resonates deeply within. You may feel a pull toward a place, a person, or even a decision that seems irrational at first. That feeling is your soul communicating with you, guiding your steps, and aligning your path with the energies of the universe. It is through these subtle intuitions that the universe, or God, gently orchestrates the meeting of souls. Often, these nudges are accompanied by a sense of calm clarity or inexplicable certainty, a feeling that what is unfolding is exactly as it should be, even when it does not make sense to the logical mind. Our intuition is sharpened by awareness and stillness. The mind, busy with thoughts, worries, and distractions, can easily drown out the quiet guidance of the soul. In moments of reflection, meditation, or deep introspection, we tune into the frequencies of our inner knowing. Here, the heart speaks more clearly than the mind ever could. It is in these moments that we sense the currents of destiny, the undercurrents of connection, and the subtle energies that lead us to the people we are meant to encounter. The soulmate is recognized not through explanation but through resonance, a feeling that vibrates deep within, beyond words, beyond reason, and beyond expectation. Intuition often communicates through emotions and bodily sensations, a sudden warmth, a flutter of anticipation, or a sense of alignment when encountering someone new can all be subtle hints of recognition. It is not always immediate clarity. Sometimes it is a quiet sense that something is right, that a path feels natural, or that a presence carries a weightless familiarity. These sensations are the language of the soul, signaling that the energies of two individuals are beginning to align even before the conscious mind is aware of the significance. Many people overlook intuition because it is quiet and subtle. We are trained to rely on logic, evidence, and control, yet love does not follow such formulas. The soul recognizes its counterpart intuitively, often in ways that defy explanation. Perhaps you meet someone and feel a strange sense of familiarity, as though you have known them before. Perhaps a choice or a path feels inexplicably right, guiding you toward encounters that will ultimately shape your life. These are the moments when inner knowing functions as a map, revealing directions that cannot be seen on any physical road, guiding us to people, places, and experiences that align with our deepest desires and spiritual purpose. Intuition also teaches trust. It asks us to release the need for certainty and surrender to the subtle currents of life. Often, the soul knows what the heart cannot yet understand. It perceives connections, patterns, and energies invisible to the mind, nudging us toward growth, preparation, and alignment. By following these nudges, by honoring the inner knowing, we open ourselves to encounters that feel effortless, natural, and profound. The soulmate appears not as a product of planning or force, but as the culmination of listening, trusting, and moving in harmony with the inner voice. Even in moments of uncertainty, intuition continues to guide us. It is a gentle reminder that the path is unfolding as it should, that the soul is always aware, and that the energies of love are already at work behind the scenes. The quiet insights, the inexplicable attractions, the feelings that defy logic, these are all expressions of inner guidance. When we learn to trust them, when we honor them, we navigate life with a subtle awareness that allows us to recognize the soulmate not only through circumstance, but through resonance, connection, and alignment. Inner knowing is also intertwined with timing and synchronicity. The soul senses readiness, both in ourselves and in the person we are destined to meet. We may feel drawn to certain experiences, certain environments, or certain people without fully understanding why. These inclinations are not random, they are the whispers of intuition, pointing us toward opportunities and encounters that carry the potential to lead to profound connection. Often, we recognize that the signs we have been following, the subtle coincidences, and the gentle nudges are in harmony with our own inner knowing, forming a coherent thread that guides us closer to our soulmate. The most profound connections often begin with this inner recognition. Before words are exchanged, before circumstances align, the soul knows. It recognizes its reflection, its complement, and its counterpart in ways that transcend logic. Intuition is the invisible thread, the silent guide, the compass that orients us toward the love we are destined to experience. By cultivating awareness, honoring the quiet guidance, and trusting the subtle messages of the heart, we align ourselves with the energy of love, moving naturally toward the meeting that has been written into the fabric of our journey. There is a profound power in silence, a wisdom in patience, and a clarity in reflection that the world often overlooks. In the pursuit of love, we are conditioned to chase, to question, to seek outward validation, and to demand answers immediately. Yet, the deepest connections, the soulmate encounters, often emerge not in the noise of striving, but in the quiet spaces we create within ourselves. Silence allows the soul to listen. Patience nurtures understanding, and reflection provides insight. Together, these qualities cultivate a readiness that draws the right person into our lives at the precise moment when both hearts are aligned. Silence is not merely the absence of sound. It is the presence of awareness. In silence, the mind unclutters, the heart softens, and the soul awakens. It is in these moments that we can hear the subtle guidance of life, the quiet whispers that point toward meaningful connections. The world may rush, may demand action, may urge us to control outcomes, yet silence teaches us to surrender. In the stillness, we realize that the universe operates on a rhythm beyond our comprehension, that love unfolds according to timing that cannot be forced, and that the soul recognizes its counterpart long before the eyes do. Silence is where preparation happens, where the heart learns to attune to its own needs, and where the energy of a destined connection is first felt. Patience is the companion of silence. In a culture obsessed with instant gratification, waiting is often mistaken for passivity or weakness. Yet, true patience is an active practice, a conscious alignment with the natural flow of life. It is the trust that the right person, the soulmate, will appear when the time is right, and that every delay, every missed opportunity, every moment of uncertainty is part of a larger design. Patience teaches us to release the illusion of control, to allow life to unfold in its own perfect sequence, and to understand that rushing only disrupts the harmony of connection. It is through patience that we cultivate resilience, clarity, and the emotional maturity necessary to recognize and sustain deep love. Reflection is the bridge between silence and patience. It is the process of turning inward, examining experiences, emotions, and desires with honesty and depth. Through reflection, we gain insight into our patterns, our attachments, and our needs. We come to understand what love truly means for us, what we can offer, and what we must release. Reflection allows us to process past relationships, to heal wounds, and to emerge with a sense of self that is grounded, whole, and ready to embrace a connection that is aligned with our soul. Without reflection, the heart may carry the shadows of unhealed pain into new encounters, obscuring the recognition of the soulmate who is destined to appear. Together, silence, patience, and reflection form a triad of preparation. They are the invisible groundwork upon which the encounter with a soulmate is built. Life often presents us with experiences, challenges, and people that serve as mirrors, reflecting the aspects of ourselves that require attention, growth, and understanding. Through silence, we listen. Through patience, we wait. Through reflection, we learn. These qualities do not merely prepare us to meet another person. They prepare us to meet them from a place of fullness, clarity, and authenticity. In silence, we begin to notice the subtle signs of the universe, the coincidences, the repeated numbers, the unexpected encounters that guide us toward our soulmate. Patience allows us to trust these signs without forcing their meaning or rushing toward premature conclusions. Reflection provides the discernment to understand their significance, to recognize patterns, and to see how the lessons of life have been shaping us for the connection that awaits. When these three qualities are cultivated together, the soul becomes a vessel ready to receive love in its truest, most aligned form. Silence also fosters self-awareness. In quiet moments, free from the distractions of social expectations, external pressures, and incessant mental chatter, we come face to face with our true desires. We begin to understand the qualities we seek in a partner, the boundaries we must honor, and the values that are non-negotiable. This awareness is essential, for the soulmate is not simply someone who fulfills longing, but someone whose presence resonates with the fullness of our being. The clarity that emerges from silence allows us to recognize when the right person enters our lives, often in subtle and unexpected ways. Patience teaches us to observe rather than react. When we are patient, we are able to navigate the complexities of life with grace and composure. We understand that love is not a goal to be achieved, but a journey to be experienced. Waiting becomes a form of trust, a demonstration of faith in the timing of the universe, and an acknowledgement that each stage of growth is necessary before the soulmate can enter. In this way, patience is not passive, it is a dynamic engagement with life, an alignment with the rhythm of destiny, and a recognition that everything unfolds precisely as it should. Reflection deepens the lessons of both silence and patience. It is through introspection that we understand our fears, our patterns, and the ways we may unconsciously repel or attract certain energies. Reflection allows us to integrate experiences, learn from mistakes, and refine our emotional and spiritual understanding. By reflecting on who we are, what we have experienced, and what we desire, we prepare ourselves to meet a soulmate not out of need, but out of alignment, readiness, and clarity. The practice of reflection ensures that when love arrives, we engage with it consciously, fully, and with the capacity to nurture it with wisdom and care